Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles at Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity. Brothers from GMS London, we outside of the Bank of England. We just went to the Bank of England Museum. You know, the brother Paya Allah's going to be putting together some information for the edification on that whole situation. We just wanted to comment on it while a lot of it was fresh in our minds, man. Basically, in the museum, they kind of just told people who are intellectual that we robbed you. Okay, we're robbing you. They show gold, but then admit that they don't really deal with gold with the public. So they got the gold, but they give us what? Banknotes, which originally banknotes were for gold, and they admit that now it just ain't for gold, and you have to just eat that, you know? And you know, you can see like they were even in that production program. They said most of the world's gold was actually mined after 1910. So there's a lot of 75%. So there's a lot of gold out there right now. There's a lot of gold. There's a lot of silver. There's a lot of precious metals that have been mined. But that's why the scripture says, man, you have swallowed down riches, but he shall vomit it up. Okay, because all that gold and them resources, which we know they ain't got no gold in here. There ain't no gold in these bank vaults. If there is anything that resembles gold, it's really gold-plated tungsten. We know that the elites, they have their own private vaults where they store the gold. Even a lot of the so-called gold they say was lost in World War II. No, man, that's BS, man. Okay, they got the gold. The so-called Jew, they got the gold in different vaults around the world. But guess what? We gonna get that gold because it really belongs to us according to the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're at a time when this huge scam is gonna come to an end, man. That's why the scriptures say what? You know, because they even had scales in there. They had scales in there.
They said they still use the scales as well. They got more advanced scales. Because every time they bring in a bullions of gold, they say it goes through a person that basically weighs up the ounces and makes sure that it's correct.
Yeah, it can't. You know, but what do they give to us? Back in the day, a man would get paid, it showed you in there, a guy would get paid £70 a year. That weren't £70 of fluff that can barely buy you a trolley of groceries at your supermarket. That £70, them guys had houses and they were living good because that £70 had worth. It was gold, man. And I believe the pound in terms of weight was more than the dollar. I think it was like 400% more.
Yeah, 486% more.
So all these original currencies were all a measurement of gold. So really, they all had a fixed value overall based upon the gold which you could redeem. I mean, originally the pound was really silver, but then it went to gold later on. But silver and gold is actual real money according to the Bible, man. And what?
I was gonna say, so with the 486% difference, basically what it was, you'd have for every £1 you had $4. You had to use $4.86. That shows you how great the money was, man. And it basically was the reserve currency. Why was it a reserve currency? Because you had the gold as a reserve. So it was a hedge against any form of inflation, unless you had independent bankers which basically debase the value of the gold by basically mixing the metals. That's the only way you could debase the value. But if you had someone...
That's not even debasing the value of the gold itself. Yeah. It's just the actual gold bar.
Gold bar. So you can get one on whoever you're trading with, basically.
Unjust weights, man. Measures, man. Yeah, you get that. You know, you just might as well throw that out there.
It's Genesis 13:2. And Abram, our forefather Abram, before his name changed to Abraham, was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. So it shows you that gold and silver, along with cattle, were a form of wealth. And I just wanted to say another point, because I saw this in the Money Masters documentary. Basically, it said they used yak dung in Tibet as a form of currency. And I kind of thought on it, and I thought that's retarded. But I thought about it, you have to have a yak, and then you got to have grass to eat to get that dung. So even when you look behind,
it's
fertilizer too. So even when you look at that system they were using, even though it was really off, you had to have a yak in order for you to make some money.
But
and that was livestock.
it's worth more than these paper. Because that's fertilizer. Basically, anything that's solid is worth something, man. That people need, that people use, man. Like that paper they're printing on, it's not worth £20, but they got £20 on there. £20 of what? Thin air. Then on top of that is every time they print, which they showed you, they said at certain times they had to lock off the gold standard because they never had enough gold in the bank to meet the requirements of the notes. First of all, why were you creating more notes than you had gold? The gold is supposed to be a receipt. The note is supposed to be a receipt for gold. So you can't be giving the guy a £5 receipt for gold that you don't have. That's wickedness. That's evil. That's deceit. The scripture says, "Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor," man. That's fraud, man. If I did that, that's like me selling a guy a house, and the guy comes to collect the house, and I don't have the house. They'll put you in jail. They'll be like, "Oh, you took, you know."
Or you show up with a blueprint for the fucking house. It's a house.
Come on, man. Hey, I want to get this scripture real quick, man, because this fits the so-called white man. Micah 7:10. It says, "Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked?" Now that's talking about all that gold and silver, the real wealth they have. That they have land, they have gold, because they admit they still have gold. They have these things which are real riches and wealth. That's what the Rothschild have. They have gold, they have all that good stuff, right? But then they have a fake, phony, illusionary system that they use to control the people, and also they use that system to take wealth from the people. Because these people are they're basically exchanging their labor for something worthless, and then the elites basically sell them things, take that paper and buy real things, and the people never realize, look, you're supposed to have gold. And then they print the money for themselves and just spend it, man. So they spend the money on, they're stealing basically. When you really break it down, they're stealing, man. Inflation is stealing, that's what it is. It's stealing money out your pocket, man. And purchasing power.
And it really goes back, and it really goes back to when you deal with it, when you go back to the goldsmiths, they were that was the fundamental basis of the start of the banking system. You know, the goldsmiths, they basically had other rich guys that had their gold or their silver, and as a place to store, they gave it to the goldsmiths, and they'll put in their vaults. Because not any ordinary person could make a vault. Like, you'd have to go to a blacksmith and hand off a lot of money, probably hand off all the money you're trying to save in that vault over to the blacksmith. So they did that, and they realized that people weren't touching the money. So they'll start dealing with that money. A good example is Nathan Rothschild. He got lent some money by William, I believe. William, one of the William and Mary during the 16th century. And they basically, 17th century, and basically when he was at war with William of Orange of Holland, of the Dutch, he basically lent him 500k. Now that 500k, you know, when Nathan Rothschild got it, he basically used it to flip and make himself his own money. And he said he made a lot of money. But then when William came back and tried to get his money, basically gave back the 500k and kept all the profit he made. That's basically what these people out here, the bankers, are doing. They're making profit off of your hard-earned cash, like the brother was saying. Yeah, but then really the whole reason why they set up they centralize the bank going back there, and the reason why they've been so adamant establishing that central bank is because they had a goal in mind, and the goal in mind was the RFID chip, man, the New World Order. From when the real reason why you have the central bank, you have this bank over here, pan to that, bro. You have the banks, pan to that, bro. These banks out here. Really because it's all for the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, man. That's the end goal they have in mind. They've taken away the gold standard, the silver away from money. They've made people believe that don't mean nothing in forms of money. So now they're showing you that noughts and I's and O's on a fucking binary code on the computer's money now. So people are going to believe in that, and they're going to have faith in that RFID chip, man. And that's what's really going to supersede this financial system out here.
Oh, they said that on the thing. They said it was all about confidence. Really, a bank is all about confidence. Now, if you know anything about the word con man, the word confidence, con man is short for confidence man. That's how you con someone. You get them to have confidence. You don't have to have confidence in gold. It's gold. You know what I'm saying? Now, a con man is going to have you have confidence in some paper that's worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Esau's going to get it, man.
I'll say one point on the back of that. When you break down the word confidence, con means with, and confidence means faith. Now, when you go into Revelations, the 13th chapter, that tells you about the people that followed after the beast, man. The ones that believed in the image of the beast, they were the ones that took the mark of the beast. And that's what they're gonna have confidence in the money. Because there's gonna come a time when there's no way you can eat. Yeah? So what are you gonna have confidence in? When the government says to you, look, we're gonna give you this processed food, we're gonna give you a place to stay, an internment camp, or even integrate you into a new society, and they're gonna have confidence in that. But this whole society they have right now is a model, basically a prototype for what they're going to establish afterwards, the new world order that they're going to try and establish.
Which is totally controlled, man, by Esau, man. Because he's God now. See, God made gold, Esau made credits on the damn chip. In Micah 6 and 12, it says, for the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth. And we were saying, like, they say that a banknote is supposed to be a receipt, right? It's really deceit, because on the banknote, brothers be working, man. I don't know what the hell these guys be talking about. So we've got banknotes, the crusty ass banknotes. Now on this Bank of England banknote, it says here, promise to pay the bearer on demand the sum of £5. They all the fancy security on there that makes you think it's worth something. Yeah, that's part of the con. They put all the security on there and you think, oh yeah. Now hold on, we just went in that, and they basically admitted multiple times that even though that's written on there, you ain't gonna get shit. You're gonna get, if you go in there with a £5 note, they're gonna give you another £5 note. Now back then you were gonna get a certain amount of silver or gold, man, which has intrinsic value, man. So they've robbed, man. They've robbed everyone, man. And this devalues, man, by the day. They say inflation is at 1.7%, 2%. That's a lie, man.
Yeah.
Come on, you gonna tell me that your groceries has only increased 2% every year? Come on, man, that's a lie, man. They're all liars, man.
They said the value in there. They said the so-called value of a £20 note from back then is worth £2,000 in May 2010. You know that's a big lie, man. So that shows you how the inflation has gone through the roof, man. You're telling me a score £20 note would have done a lot for me in that day and age, man. That would have gone far, man. That's basically you got a decent amount of money, man.
That's right, man. Hey, man, but the brother's gonna go into more details and more concise things about, the whole scam. But the crux of the matter is, the so-called white man is the devil, man. And this whole system here that he's created, we're in the city of London, which the city of London is like one of the major city-states to do with finance. And this whole financial situation or system is a giant illusion it's a magic trick based upon taking your wealth and giving it into the hands of the elites. And this is why there's an age-old saying that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because this whole financial system is a big, giant fucking trick, magician's trick, to disappear money and wealth from your pockets into the hands of the people that own this whole establishment, man. So they gain more gold, they gain more silver, they gain more land, and what do you gain? More debt. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gonna get. But in our kingdom, it ain't gonna be like that, man. In our kingdom, we're gonna go back to righteous weights. Okay? People are gonna be getting paid, go back to getting paid them shekels, silver, and whatsoever. People are gonna be bartering, man. You know? That's how it's gonna go back to the righteous way, man. We're not gonna be trying to basically do skullduggery on people, man. Like a whole currency fluctuation in the currency rates and all that. That's all. They know when them currency rates are gonna go up and down. It's a rigged game, man. Just like the stock market is another You see, it's all illusions, man. Here it is. Let's talk about the stock market, man. The brothers, we're kind of like we're mini stockbrokers right now. Okay, you know, we be watching them stocks. All right. Now, what is a stock? A stock is the value of a company. Now, how do you measure the value of a company? The value of a company is based upon its balance sheet. Point blank. It's based upon the amount of debt that company has. Basically, what you got liabilities, you got assets, right? Assets and liabilities, and you got your revenue. Okay, so if you got a company that's making loads of profits, that suggests that and it's got low amount of debt, and it's financing that debt, whatever the case may be, then that company's stock is going to be worth something. Now, if that company forecasts means that it's going to have increased profits, you know, a good market share, increased market share growth, then you're going to want to invest in that company, because not only are you going to get those stocks and you're going to get a percentage of those profits, but your stock itself is going to be increased in value because the company has increased in value. Let's get that understanding very clear. Now, how is it that the stock market is as high as it is when most of these companies have got diminishing revenues, increased debt? The growth of the actual economy is going down. It's declining. So how are these companies worth more than they were a year ago? You know what that's called? A con game. This is just Enron, man. Look up Enron, what happened with Enron, man. Enron was hiding the fact that they were a failing company, man. Oh yeah, Enron stocks. And then, oh yeah, buy Enron. Yeah, Enron, the winner. Then what happened once everyone found out? Stock went down to zero because it wasn't worth anything. And guys were jumping out of buildings, man.
And their life savings tied up in that.
But guess what? You had guys that knew they sold the stocks to these clowns and got the hell out of there. So it's all the stock market is a giant illusion. The monetary system is a giant illusion. It's all an illusion to keep you under control and to take your labor and your wealth and distribute it to the elites, man. In its entirety, man. That's all it is, man. And you people should be angry, man, but you had people sitting up in there, you know, watching that stuff, watching them, telling them that they're robbing them blind, and, you know, they didn't have nothing to say.
The light bulb, the light switch didn't turn on, man.
Oh,
yeah.
You know?
Blank looks on their face.
You know, so this whole thing's about to come to an end anyway. Like the brother said, the system was never designed to be a system of longevity. It was a system of robbery and control, and they're going to bring in a new system now, which is the RFID, which basically ain't even going to be based on supply and demand and nothing like that. What they're going to do is they're going to ration you off, basically. Rations. They're going to tell you how much food you're going to get every day, how much light electricity you can get every day. You're no longer going to be working, and then you're going to be like these people here. They work, they might get the fiat currency, and they might go for dinner or get you know, you're going to get what you're given, man. Yep. That's what it's going to be. This whole illusion's going to be destroyed, man. You got a lot of stockbrokers I see walking around here. A lot of these guys don't know what's going on, man. They don't know what's going on. They're not in the know. So when this whole thing goes down, they're going to go down with it, man.
Black Monday showed you a little taste of things, man. China ain't got no money, man, and they're holding the biggest stake in America, man.
China's a bubble.
Yep.
You got ghost towns in China. You got ghost towns where they built Slovakia. Ghost cities in China, man.
Skyscrapers, all that, man.
Oh, that one in Dubai. They built that tallest building in Dubai, and they couldn't even sell most of the apartments, man. Dubai is another bubble. You got loads of people who invested in Dubai, they ain't getting their money back, and people took their investment money and what you're gonna find out, this whole world is based upon fraud. That's what the Bible tells you. Hey bro, get Zechariah 73 real quick. You know, we can, end it on that, man. Cause that's basically what it comes down to. This whole world, if you want to make money, real serious money, you gotta be a thief. Because that's the way of the system, man. You gotta be a liar, and you gotta be a thief, and you gotta worship Satan. Because they got the Queen of Heaven up there, and they got the scriptures, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And the Lord they're talking about is the Queen of Heaven. You look up here, they got naked man with holding a key. Then they got another naked man with chains and his rod hanging out. Then they got two what they claim to be women, but those are not women. Okay, because there's no feminine features on them statues.
Like the guys with the breasts.
They got caduceuses everywhere. Even when we came out of the bank, they had the caduceus, right? This is another one of them Greek mythology. So you got to work witchcraft. You got to be a thief. And make no mistake, man, they committing heinous acts in these buildings, man. To Mammon.
At the top they got that looks like the Queen of Heaven.
Yeah, right. And she's holding the bank. She's holding the bank on a. You know, they worship the god Hades. See that you people want to know why there's so much war and death, right? But first of all, Hades means the ground. One of the words for riches in Greek, I believe in Greek the word for rich was Hades itself. Because what's found in Hades? Gold and silver. So, but was not Hades the god of death?
Yeah.
So that's why you see these elites are so obsessed with death, man. They commit all these like Syrian wars, and they make money off war.
All wars are bankers' wars.
Why? Because those wars are also sacrifices, man, unto Satan, and they get the blessings from that, man. So if you want to be rich in this world, be a liar, be dishonorable, be a thief, but be very smart at it, and you're going to rise to the top of the cream. And the University of Warwick, I believe it was Warwick, they did a study on that, and they said if your child is a good liar, chances are they're going to grow up and be very successful. Because that's what most of these stockbrokers do. They're salesmen, they're good liars, man. They get that scripture real quick, man.
Zechariah.
Oh no,
Zechariah.
the book of Psalm 73.
Every 5 minutes, they always got some guy on MP, and they're saying that this guy is in debt. You know? They get put in debt by the bankers, and they put that debt on the people. But every now and then, they expose them. Some guys are nothing but pawns, more than MPs and all that. You know, you might hear, oh, why is he in the news? Why the air is dirty? They might even air his dirty laundry with some of the pedophile acts or some kind of, you know, some kind of in-house dirt, moral dirt. You know, because them guys are all bought and paid for, man. So they gotta stay in line with the agenda of the men that are above them. You know, and they all know that. They all know that. Tony Blair, David Cameron. They all know that. That's why these guys saying that they're taking the migrants, and they keep most of the votes went against that, and the bombing of the city. Most of the votes went against that. You're gonna get it anyway because it's not their agenda. They're just the pawns in the seats, man, in the parliaments.
And even you mentioned Tony Blair. Tony Blair secured himself a good job after he came out of office, man. The guy's making a lot of money right now, man. So they basically use that when they work within government, they use that as a sign to be good on their CV. They establish good links with the people. You know, they do favors for them. So when they come out of office, they say, look, I looked after you when I was in office. You know, give me a job in your company, making a couple M's. That's how it works, man. You scratch my back, I scratch your back, you know. Psalm 73 and 12. Psalm 73 and 12. Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches.
So honestly, you know, you see you people out there, you actually believe that you see these guys walking around in the suits. Now this city of London is a crime syndicate, man. See, you think the ghetto is a crime syndicate. No, this is the crime syndicate right here, man. And they're doing nothing but fraud down here. High frequency trading. They fixed the LIBOR interest rates. Listen, they ain't nothing but criminals around us right now. Hardcore criminals, man.
The big boys.
The big boys.
It's funny because what's his name? Ben Bernanke. I don't know if he's still here, but he's been here. And basically, to show the people God, and it's masked men. We got balaclavas on BMW showing the long M16 driving around in the car instead of driving around. You know,
because them man have the tall things.
You can check that out, man.
They're gangsters, man.
And all of them a mass. That was all just to drive around the city. And long guns.
Yeah, because these dudes get each other whacked. Man, it's a big criminal thing, man.
Thanks, yeah.
It's a big criminal organization what's going on out there, man. Stealing granny's pension funds and all that. That's what these guys are about, man. Okay, and that's why the society ultimately is going to crumble, because corruption, it's a disease, man, and it kills the host. In the end, it just kills the host, man. You know? These are the ungodly that. So if you want to prosper in the world and you think you're going to do it by being all good and what do they say?
Hard.
They say the nice guy finishes last, man. You know, you're going to work hard. And no, you're going to have to play the game. You're going to have to do whatever you got to do in the matter of evil. You sell your soul to get riches in this place, man. And wear a suit. I'm like, I'm comfortable as hell.
That's the new. Is it the togas?
The new toga.
Yes, the toga. Business suit.
Which that's part of the con.
Rod,
That's part of the con, man. Because people see someone in a suit and they admit they think they're upstanding, good, upstanding citizens, man. Yeah.
You gotta do this shit, you know what? You let a nigga shave and put on a business suit, man.
Yeah. Yeah, like my man from you know that program you be watching sometimes.
Oh,
you know the one, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my man.
He be doing that.
Amari Hardwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost or whatever his name is on the show. Yeah. That's what he be doing. Yeah.
But you know, like we said, Lord will, the brother's gonna put together some, because we're at the end of this thing, man. And, you know, and like the brother's saying, ultimately the Lord had all of this banking thing come together. And this whole storyline was really building up to this last moment we're in right now, where they're gonna try and bring in the new world order, man. You know, and it's almost over, man. So we're gonna try to get it, because we don't know. This place might wrap up within the next 2 weeks, next week, 2 weeks. You know. Because they've already took these peons, everything these peons have, man. Yeah. These peons ain't really got nothing, man.
And it don't take much for them to start another Black Monday. It's Friday now. You can wake up on Monday. Shit just falls out again, man. You know?
And the elites, they've already positioned themselves to not be affected by any of it.
Yeah.
They've already done that. They got the guns. They got the tarred guns. They got the personal. See, these people in London, they're the biggest morons, man. At least some of them cats in America, they got armed, enough armed security and their own guns and that. These morons in England ain't got nothing, man. They ain't got nothing, man. And some of them might have a house out in the countryside or something like that, but they ain't really got nothing, man. They're gonna be taken, man. But the elites, they got their bunkers. They got Android. I ain't talking about no mobile phone either. I'm talking about they got killer robots.
Probably the Android phones that got turned into Android.
Yeah, but Transformers,
shit,
man. Yeah, the elite. Basically, the elites have positioned themselves that when they bring in this chaos, they're above it. They're not going to be out here on the streets. They're not going to lose all their money.
They already left the country, man. I remember you were telling me about that. Most of the elites are in different countries, isn't it?
Yeah. A lot, it depends on the money scale as well. There's a lot of billionaires, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
A lot of the billionaires in America, it's a lot of the top billionaires and stuff. They're the ones that we might, to get a little insight, they might be. There's people in the Arctic, I don't know how true it is, but
Well, they're gonna be in all them positions, man.
No one ain't gonna be throwing no missiles over there.
They're gonna be in them safe zones, man. But really, it's because the Lord set them up to be there, man. While you people are gonna enjoy the fruits of chaos, man.
It depends on a man's position, because you've got people that are on different levels of the structure. They might be below the chief bankers and stuff, but they might still kind of be linked. So they might get an insight, families, and they'll be rich. They'll have a substantial amount of money, so they'll be let in. Okay, this is what the case is. You might just send them the signs through whatever, be a media codes or be the stock markets and codes. Even when they crash the markets, they might crash it on a certain number. So that would be a code for people. Hey, you left off on that. So hey, that's a code. Let's get out of here. Or whatever the case, whatever they do.
When they did that with September 9/11, which is today, man, a lot of people didn't turn up to work, man. They said a lot of so-called Jews didn't turn up to work, man. They knew they had the drop on it already.
Yeah, because they've been building the bunkers, so that shows you that a lot of them got the drop on them. Oh, it's scripture Psalms 149 and 4. Sorry, we start from verse 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
That proves that they're going to have to be spared. Because if they're going to get caught about it unawares, how are we going to get them changed? So they're aware of it. They're the ones planning the economic crash. So they're damn sure not to prepare. So all these people that are not expecting it, but don't believe in it, they're the ones that are going to get caught out there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people that have got all their hopes and dreams in the actual Federal Reserve notes, that guy, he doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. You know, a lot of them guys, they're going to have food stored up. The elites, they're going to have the weapons. They're going to have their seeds. You know, gold, silver, different minerals and stuff like that. That's the real substance, man. And they know that all these people that put all their investments and all that in the system, as soon as this goes down, they kind of see this couple. Then that's what it is, man. That's why the Bible talks about breaking down strongholds. This whole empire through this debt, through this imagery and witchcraft, like people actually believing in this, as if this could never go down. When you've seen a crash happen in 2008, you know, that was 7 years ago, and 7 years ago before that, you had the 9/11. So, you know, you always get like a shell-shock bully, you know, before the whole barrage of bullets come, and that's how it's going. It's just them warning shots. But then once them tanks, once them nukes come in and all that, it's too late.
Self-destruction.
When sudden destruction fall upon them, they shall be in travail